when I said I could fix this war in Ukraine in 24 hours, but you can only do it from the presidential seat. You can't do it. Let's say he sent me over as an emissary. You can't do it. You have to be in that position.
You have to be the guy.
I would fix that within 24 hours. And if I win, before I get into the office, I will have that war settled. 100% sure.
If there is one thing you could always depend on Donald Trump to do, that is lying or making promises on things he cannot deliver. And unfortunately, it is coming at the expense of more Ukrainian lives. But before I jump into today and why I am making this particular video about Donald Trump, because I kind of try and steer away from that, I would first like to say, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. That would be awesome. And comment and like. So yeah, let's jump in. Okay, so for years now, Trump has been talking non-stop throughout his campaign, throughout his debates with Biden, Kamala Harris, not only bashing them, blaming them somehow for Putin invading Ukraine, but bashing them for the way that they've handled this. Now, I don't agree on how the Biden administration has really been handling the Russia-Ukraine conflict myself. They have been slow walking military aid. They've been slow walking other countries from giving them aid as well, and that shouldn't even be an issue. But they were slow walking the F-16s, and they didn't even come from the U.S. But the fact that our government now has power over other governments to release these military weapons has been devastating for Ukraine. And every single time they've tried to have a counteroffense. So I haven't been too particularly happy with the way the Biden administration has been handling their aid to Ukraine. Obviously, it is better than them not getting aid. But jumping back now to Trump, with him bashing the Biden administration, saying I would get this war settled in 24 hours and everything. I think he was making these claims and start delivering on these guarantees and promises that he's made. And his incoming administration is now starting to backstep their previous statements on being able to stop this war. They are realizing that it is not as easy as he was claiming it to be. And this conflict is so much more complex. Putin wants unrealistic concessions. He wants territories that he doesn't even currently control. And all Ukraine is asking for is security guarantees, and they're willing to make concessions. But now the Trump administration is wanting to push out any hopes for any ceasefire. Was first 24 hours. Well, first it was before Trump even takes office. Then it was by the day he within 24 hours of him being in office. Then 100 days, and now I'm hearing 6 months. So, I mean, I hate to be pessimistic in this situation, but the fact of the matter is Trump is going in there. He's bitten off way more than he could chew. He's in, you know, he doesn't know what he's doing, and it's pretty obvious. And I guarantee that whatever the deal that he's going to be trying to make is not going to be a very good deal or beneficial to the Ukrainian people. And no matter what, at the end of the day, the sad thing is they're the ones that are going to be having to make these concessions. Their homeland is going to be taken from them. And the fact that Trump wasn't able to deliver like he promised he could do, ending this conflict before he even takes office, I mean, it's unfortunate there's a lot of people, and the Ukrainian people were um, having real hopes that that was a possibility. People that know Trump and know his rhetoric and all of his bogus bullshit that he loves to spew know that he wasn't going to be able to deliver on any of those promises. And the fact that now these negotiations are pushed back for who knows how long it's really going to end up being, whether it's 100 days, 6 months, whatever it ends up being, a year, who knows what it's going to end up actually being. But the fact that they are going to, for sure, obviously be pushed back now, that gives Putin time to now fully get Ukraine totally pushed out of the Kursk region, which they have been pushing so hard to do in these past few months. And unfortunately, Ukraine has now lost more than half of the land in Russia that they had under their control. So, what this delay that Trump is doing, what it's really doing is giving Putin just enough time, possibly, to get the Ukrainian troops pushed out of Kursk. And then they're not going to really have any bargaining chip when they do get to the negotiating table at that point in time. So this is just really unfortunate that Trump and his administration don't got their shit together. They're saying things that they knew damn well they weren't going to deliver. And these poor Ukrainian civilians, I mean, they're troops, man. I've got to be exhausted. They have been enduring this for years in trenches, dying. It's just such a sad situation. And unfortunately, Ukraine doesn't have no other choice, really. They are wanting, I mean, Putin could stop this war any damn time he wants. Just pull his fucking troops out. Just get them out of Ukraine, and this war would be over. But he's wanting unrealistic demands. The fact that he wants Ukraine to never be a part of NATO is something that his country shouldn't have any opinion. Like they shouldn't be able to that it's not their. I mean, Ukraine is their own country. They could choose their own future. You know, so it's so frustrating, and I hope that if that is the case, if that is what they are going to have to agree on to get peace and to save lives, to end this war, I hope that we give them guarantees to where they feel comfortable enough to end this conflict, and Putin isn't going to come back in a couple months, a couple years, and try and restart and ignite this conflict all over again like he's done multiple times since they've had ceasefire agreements, the Minsk agreement, multiple times, Minsk 2. I mean, they just never ever hold up because Putin and these freaking terrorists that are invading Ukraine just are so untrustworthy. They are not honest people. Um, and it's sad because it seems like they have some, not all Russian people are bad, but everybody who's supporting Putin and his regime clearly are not good people. And it's just a sad situation. But I'm going to stop because I'm getting too revved up about this. I get a little too into it. It's just so sad to see this stuff every day. But anyways, if you wouldn't mind hitting like and consider subscribing, that would be awesome. I'd really appreciate it. And I guess I'll see you guys in the next one.